welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Mandy. So happy to have you here today. Hope y'all have had a really great week so far. I'm back with another deck to review. I know, shocker. I have so many. This is like not even half. I have another bookshelf on the other side of this room that's like filled like with all sorts of decks. But if you are somebody that really likes these kind of videos before purchasing decks, do me a big favor right now and give me a big thumbs up on this video just to let me know that you're liking this type of content. If you want to see future videos like this, I would love to continue to do something like this just because I'm already buying the decks and I might as well put my review in there just in case you're thinking of getting the same deck as well. Might even save you some money if you see it on here and you're like, no, not really my cup of tea. But anyway, today we're going to be getting into the Oracle of the Fairies. And I just thought this deck was so sweet. All the pinks and the fairy imagery and the petals, and it just looks like a really pretty deck. It was already looking really pretty. I had it up here. It just complemented my other Oracle deck. So I really like it. I think I'm really gonna like displaying this one as well. It says it's by Karen McKay and the artwork is by Ginger Kelly. Typical 44 card deck and guidebook. And as you can see, it's still in the cellophane, so I haven't touched this at all. I haven't gone online to read any other reviews, so I'm not really biased in anything that I'm gonna say here today with this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Oracle of the Fairies. All right. So before I get into this deck, I just wanted to remind you that at the very end of these videos, I give my final thoughts on the entire deck. So if you're pressed for time, I don't really feel like getting into the whole deck, I'll try to put the timestamp down below to let you know what my final thoughts are on that. Okay. Oh, I love opening up new card decks. I'm addicted. Here's the cover art once again. Really, really pretty. And Karen K. And the artwork again is by Ginger Kelly. Now these names aren't familiar to me. I don't think I have any other of their decks. So this will be completely brand new. The matching little guidebook. It's pretty hefty. Looks like it has a lot of information. This one looks typical to me. I almost thought this was a Doreen Virtue old deck of hers just because it looks kind of similar. Looks really pretty. Got that. Let's look at the inside of the box. Sometimes the boxes have little messages hidden in there, which I really, really love. I love details like that. So this one says, may you discover your fairy wings inside the sanctuary of your precious heart. How pretty is that? Oh, I love that. It's really, really pretty. Okay. This one doesn't have any wording, but it still has kind of like just little flecks of paint almost, like the paint just kind of dried. It's really cute. I love all the pinks and the oranges almost and the yellows. It goes really, really well, kind of ombre style. It's just such a pretty deck and it really appeals to me. I love pink. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, look at the back of that card, so pretty. We have two keys. The keys almost have fairy wings themselves. See-through. We've got, what is this? Little fairy sparkles. We've got the same almost lotus imagery here, mirrored back. It's really pretty. The same paint flecks throughout. It's really pretty as you look through here. These keys almost remind me, I'm such a Harry Potter nerd, but which movie is it where they're trying to get through all the, it's one of the big first movies where they're trying to get through the door and they have to go through all these like puzzles to get through to where they're trying to go through. I think it's the Sorcerer's Stone, but they try to get the key with the little wings on there. I don't know why, that just reminds me of that. It's cute, it's quaint. All right. So the way I like to do these, if you're brand new to my review videos, is I don't really like to review every single card. That just takes kind of forever and it's kind of repetitive to me. I feel like you can really tell within a few cards, looking at it here yourself, if you're gonna buy this deck or not. just by the vibe of it, the feel of it, kind of my review as well. So we're just gonna go over the first few cards in here, and then I'll just kind of sift through the rest of the deck and pick and choose what I want to show, what kind of calls out to me, maybe the artwork, maybe something that I'm not really fond of, or maybe something that I just really awes me. So, so just a heads up, I won't be going through everything here. If you decide to purchase this deck yourself, it'll be a nice little surprise so that you can go through the rest of the deck on your own. But let's go ahead and get the first card on top. Oh, how pretty. It says, wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. I wasn't expecting a big purple fairy right out the gate. I was expecting it to keep the theme with the pinks and the yellows and things like that, but this was a good surprise. And it just makes you feel kind of good. This is like oracle decks. Oracle decks are famously known for being a little more gentle in their guidance, not like tarot cards where tarot is just completely blunt, which I kind of love that about tarot. But sometimes oracle cards are really welcome if you don't want something so blunt or anything to hurt your feelings. You just need a kind, loving message. This definitely seems like it might be the deck to just pick whenever you just need a little extra love throughout the day. That's really pretty. Okay, the next deck we have is Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. She's completely in the forest. We got a forest fairy here. We have that white owl imagery coming through. She's definitely all the green. Really, really pretty. We have another purple fairy here, but she's covered in snow and crystals and just looks definitely like a winter fairy. Wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So pretty. Tree wisdom. This tree dryad, oh, I hope I'm saying that right, D-R-Y-A-D, am I saying that right? The tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. It's really pretty as well. Another little forest fairy. Transformation. Oh, she's beautiful. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. It's very, very pretty. Let's read this one. I'm feeling called to get into the booklet here, see what they say about transformation. All right, first thing I look for whenever I go into these books is it alphabetical? So whenever you get past the first part of the booklet, it tells you the typical card spread. Sometimes people like to put these in the back of the book. Sometimes they're in the front. Oh, that's really cool. So this card spread right here with the circle, they named it the fairy ring. So it's really cool. So the first card would be you and the energy around you at this moment in time. The second card, the energy of the question you've asked or general energy. Number 3, the unconscious or conscious energy behind your question. And number 4, any action that needs to be taken. 5 is any obstacles to be aware of. 6 is your spiritual growth. 7 is the possible outcome of your question. That's really cool. I like that. I like that it keeps in theme with the fairy deck. Then it has the typical 3-card layout, past, present, future. Then we have the fairy star spread. That's really cool. Okay. It's talking about psychic protection techniques, the golden cloak, the egg of protection, calling in your guides, guardian angels. I like that. I think protecting yourself energetically is definitely a really big thing that I honestly haven't seen a lot of even tarot decks get into. So that's a good little reminder. Talks about forming a bond with your deck. Oh, it even has a little invocation of the fairies. Fairies, please hear me now. I ask from my heart that we can work together via the medium of these cards for the highest good of all beings, including the fairy realm. Please guide me with love and kindness as I open myself to this experience and to your magical fairy energy and wisdom. That's really sweet. how to get the most of your cards. The introduction, should we read the introduction? Let's read some of it. It has the typical table of contents, really like that. All right, the intro. Fairies are magical beings who are guardians and protectors of our precious planet. They care for plants, flowers, and trees and are the ultimate spiritual environmentalists. It follows that they're sometimes referred to as nature spirits or earth guardians. The fairies want everyone to experience their ancient wisdom and to feel reconnected to the earth, our home, as guardians of nature. The fairies' mission is to ensure we love and care for the planet as much as they do. The fairies are also magical manifestors. They wish to share ways to create beautiful blessings in our lives and to inspire us to rekindle our love and connection to the earth. The fairies are delighted to spiritually support and encourage you on this fantastic journey as you walk upon the fairy path and through the fairy door of possibilities and miracles with Oracle of the Fairies. Okay, so it continues on talking about if you have a love of nature. The Oracle of the Fairies will gently guide you, giving you messages inspired by fairy wisdom that are easy to understand and can be easily applied in practical ways. This is so sweet. Just right out the gate, I can tell with the first, we've only pulled 5 cards so far. We're on transformation. And so far, this is my favorite card. I just love the imagery here. She's so beautiful. And because they're describing it as such a gentle oracle deck, I do agree so far. And I think this would be a perfect deck so far to gift to somebody barely getting into oracle cards, barely getting into tarot cards, something really easy to just kind of let them get the feel of the energy and then take it from there. I think this would even be a good deck so far for kids, older kids, not really young kids, but kids that have a spiritual inclination that see mom or dad doing their tarot or oracle decks and ask you for something for their own. I would probably feel comfortable with my daughter having a deck like this. This is really sweet and really cute so far, and I love all the imagery. Okay, so let's get into transformation. I wanted to make sure that these were in alphabetical order because nothing annoys me more than when the author decides to just jumble up the cards and let you find it on your own. So far, it looks, yep, we got B, C, D, yeah, okay, perfect. So let's go all the way to T for transformation. Okay, so here we go. Let me see if I can hold this up for you guys while I read this. Hold it steady, there we go. Okay, this fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation, the best is yet to come. The caterpillar has no idea it's about to transform into a beautiful butterfly. If you've drawn this card, the Fairy of Transformation has flown into your reading to remind you that you're transforming or are about to transform. Change can be challenging, but it can also be exciting as you witness your own beautiful transition into a new you. Butterflies are messengers from the fairy realm, so if you see a butterfly, be aware of what's going on for you in your life or what you were thinking when you saw the butterfly. The butterfly can act as a spiritual exclamation mark. Oh, I kind of like that. Highlighting the answer to see the question you asked during the reading. Whatever your current circumstances, know that things are changing and transforming for the highest good for all. The Fairy of Transformation wishes to remind you that change can be more amazing than we can ever imagine. When we let go and surrender to the natural changes that occur in our lives, the process of transformation can be a beautiful experience. Change the transformation. Oh, my earring literally just fell out. Okay, that's fun. Change and transformation can also have a ripple effect on those around us. Sometimes people resist change, making it an unpleasant and painful experience. So seeing you willingly transform with love and trust may have a super positive influence on your personal experience of transformation. This fairy tells you which parts of yourself and your life are ready to transform, so follow her lead and allow trust and flow. All is well. Very nice, very comforting, very sweet. I was just making sure there wasn't like another little fairy invocation. Sometimes these booklets like to include something like that. I like it. I thought it was to the point. It was a little flowery, very gentle. Some people really don't like these love and light decks. They think they don't really get to the heart of the matter. Usually people are picking up decks, tarot decks, oracle decks, because they need an answer to a question and some people just like a blunt answer, but this one seems to just kind of be a little more flowery than most decks than I think I'm used to, but I think there's a time and a place for these, and it definitely depends on the audience and what they're looking for, but so far I'm digging it. I like it. All right, let's get into more decks. All right, we have a boy fairy in here. He's got a snake. It's called Temptation. Oh, okay, that's why the snake's in there. Okay, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. So here he is. He seems to be covered in moss or ivy. I think that is. I thought it was butterflies at first, but no, it's a plant. I think it's an ivy. So, and we have the typical Christian imagery of a snake from the Bible, I'm guessing, being used as imagery of temptation. So he's got the mask on, which is interesting because I don't think any of these other fairies we've done so far have had their faces covered. But the first boy fairy we see, and he has his face covered, he's almost tangled up in the moss, and he has a snake coming at him, kind of looking him head on. It's very interesting. Stargazing. This one's very pretty. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. I'm not sure what fairy focus is. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. It's pretty. I feel like I'm gonna say pretty about all these cards because they're just really, really pretty. Ooh, solitude. Okay, think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. I feel like so far in this deck is so sweet and sugary and definitely all love and light that I feel like if you're going through a breakup or something, this would be like that girlfriend that you turn to that you know is just going to tell you everything that you want to hear, and and a darker oracle deck or a tarot deck even is probably that friend that you kind of stay away from in the beginning of a breakup because you know they're brutally honest and you don't want that kind of honesty right now, but you're going to turn to the friend that's going to tell you everything that you want to hear. So far this is that deck. All right, oh how pretty. We have a little girl fairy here, just dressed up really pretty. Shine from within, looks are only skin deep. From true beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is the time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. It's really pretty. Oh, we have a unicorn. Finally, I was wondering if there was going to be a unicorn coming out. Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Okay, so this is all getting a little repetitive now. It's all love and light and everything's amazing and you're gonna find your way. And like I said, if you need it, there are times in our life that we definitely need that message. We do not need anything harsh. We need sugary, light, flowery imagery and messages, and we need to be told that everything's gonna be okay. But so far this deck just seems a little too childlike than other decks. Not that that's a bad thing. I think that can definitely be a good thing, but if you're looking for something a little more grounded, this is probably not going to be the deck for you. All right, we have Pure Intention. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest with your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. So I feel like if you're doing affirmations, you're working with the law of attraction, you're trying to be upbeat and just kind of go with the flow, these might not be a bad deck to go with to do a card of the day, to just kind of pick it and put it on your altar or carry it with you or use as a bookmark to just kind of keep you on track for the message that you're trying to keep yourself, your energy, your vibe elevated if you're definitely in manifestation mode. Okay, oh how pretty. We have a rainbow of fairies. They're so pretty. Protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. I do like this. I really like that it's talking about protecting yourself. That's definitely not an all love and light thing. That's something that we should do with everything, I believe. And that's unique to me, seeing this kind of message in a card deck. Reminding you to protect yourself, because I definitely believe that's an important part of doing work like this. All right, this is going to be one of the last ones that I'm going to choose. I'll probably choose one more, and then I'll go through the deck one by one. Protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So that's really pretty imagery. She's holding on to her heart. Her heart chakra, you can tell her heart's desires are just kind of laid in there. She's gazing up, kind of dreamy-eyed. We have more little lights following her. I really like the nature aspect of all of this. I like that all of the angels so far, or the fairies, I'm sorry, are kind of out in nature. Oh, except for this one. Here we go. We have one fairy that's indoors. Precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. So she looks a little more steampunk. She's got that top hat on. We've got a lot of clocks on in the background. We have more owl imagery. The owl seems to have a key back there, which the owl represents wisdom, probably time in this case. Has the key to wisdom, the key to time. I really like that. There's a little bit of chaos everywhere. Let's see what time it says on the clock. It looks like it says 1:26. I don't know if that has any symbolism. Yeah, because the other clock up here has a different time. Let's see, she has a gramophone. We have more keys all the way around. This clock up here has a different time, so it's very interesting. All right, now instead of going through the rest of these, I'm just gonna flip them through, and I'm gonna pick out the one that might interest you guys. So it's such pretty, okay. I love lunar moon cycles, so this one called out to me. So we have moon energy, a moon fairy. Okay, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassures you that peace of mind is possible. How sweet. I like this one, new beginnings. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So sweet. Got the baby right here. And the fairy almost like an angel, just taking over, watching over him. So pretty. Oh, the little baby has fairy wings. I didn't notice that. How sweet is that? All right. From what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing more children fairies. I'm not seeing a lot of diversity in the deck. So far, we only saw one man in here, and we saw the transformation fairy, which was African American, and then we saw another African American fairy with the unicorn. But the rest of these, there's not really any diversity at all. Nope, not seeing anything. Not really loving that. Okay, here we go, divination. We have a little more diversity here, which I'm enjoying. Divination, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. It's very pretty. I'm not seeing any other races in here. Really, I would like to see maybe some different types of fairies here. This might be a little more diverse. We have another male fairy in here. I like that. This one's come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. Very sweet. Celebration. Almost like the lovers tarot card. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. Okay, the rhyming is kind of getting on my nerves. Whatever. It's a cute, sweet deck. Oh, we've got a darker fairy in here. Okay, this is the last one we're gonna go over. Believe in magic. Look how nice she looks. I like these colors too. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says, you are part of nature, so you are magical too. So sweet. Okay, so before we get into the final thoughts, I just wanted to get into how the cards feel. They feel like a typical oracle deck. If you're not familiar with oracle decks, it's larger in the palm, typical of oracle decks. The cardstock seems okay. It's not too thick, not too thin. Seems like they would shuffle well. I love the artwork. I think the artwork is beautiful. Definitely has all the fairy aspects that you would pretty much figure would be in a fairy oracle deck. A lot of nature, a lot of outdoors. I think the only one I really saw inside was that one that we saw with the time, with our little steampunk fairy. But yeah, so this is what they look like all together. Very pretty. Definitely would be, they're very photogenic if you want to put them on your social media, do a card of the day or anything like that. I really like these. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts before we end this one out. Okay, final thoughts on this one. The Oracle of the Fairies. Like I said before, the box is totally adorable. Super sweet. It's gonna display really nice here. I really enjoy the artwork on here. I think it's beautiful. I think the decks would definitely be photogenic if you're somebody that needs just a good aesthetic for your social media or anything like that, and you're doing a card of the day. This deck is definitely a good one for you with that. Some of the cons in here that I wasn't really pleased with was the lack of diversity in the deck. It's a lot of just white angel or white, I keep calling them angels with the wings. They're fairies. It's a lot of white fairies, blonde fairies, just a lot of white imagery in here. I would have preferred to see a lot more diversity in here. There were a couple of African American portrayed fairies in here, a couple of male fairies, but not enough to really just make this, like, for me to give it really 2 thumbs up. I would have preferred to see more of that. I'm not really sure how old this deck is. I'm not really sure what else Karen K has come out with. I'd like to see what her other decks might be, but overall, that's probably one of the only negative things I have to say about this deck, other than it's very sugary, very sweet, almost too sweet. If really sweet oracle decks are not your thing, you're gonna hate this deck. It's probably gonna make you gag. But like I said throughout the review, I think this is an excellent deck to gift somebody who's barely learning how to get into the world of oracle decks, tarot decks, anything like that. But I have to say that after just going through this deck, I was already kind of tired of the love and light, positive message over everything. I kind of wanted to get back to my tarot decks that tell it like it is. But I could see these being really good clarifiers. If you just need an extra oomph on a reading, these would be really good to just give it to you in a really gentle way. And yeah, I think this is a really good deck. I can't give it 2 thumbs up. I would give it 1 thumb up just because of the lack of diversity in here. But I really think if you have older kids that are wanting to get into oracle decks, things like that, or if they're really into the world of fairies and unicorns and things like that, this would be a really good deck to gift them. I didn't see anything problematic in here. There's not really any language. There's nothing that's like PG-13 or anything like that, not even really anything PG. I would say this is a rated G deck all the way, and the imagery is just really, really pretty. And I do like that they did include some boy fairies in here, so the boys are represented in here too. So that's really, really good. I just wish that there were more of them in here, or that some other races had been portrayed in here as well. That would have been really nice. But other than that, I think if this is the deck that you're looking for, if you're really into fairies, unicorns, stuff like that, go ahead and get this deck. It's a good one. Like I said, I'm going to display it here. Not sure how often I'm going to use this one, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews that are into fairies and things like that right now. So I'll probably pull this one out for them whenever they want Aunt Mandy to do a reading for them. But other than that, I liked it. It's a good deck. It's okay. It's pretty good. It's not amazing, but like I said, I'm interested to see what else Karen Kay has done. The artist, Ginger Kelly, she did amazing. She did a really good job with the layout, things like that. I would like to see some more of her work as well. But I hope this finds you well. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Like I said earlier, if you like this kind of content, if you like review videos, do me a favor, give me a big thumbs up. That really helps me out, and it helps to circulate the video as well for anybody else that might be looking for this kind of stuff, this kind of deck review. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I am currently in the works to hopefully start doing some love readings, some tarot readings, myself some oracle readings, things like that on this channel. If that's something that you'd like to see on this channel, do let me know in the comments below. That would help me out a lot too, just to help me get started on that. And I also am one of the hostesses on the Mystical Moon Society podcast. I'll try to link that below as well, so that you can go ahead and go take a peek over there. I'm actually wearing our shirt today. We got some merch in today. So repping that, shameless plug for our Mystical Moon Society podcast. But yeah, thank you so much guys for coming over here and checking out my channel, hitting that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for any feedback you might have as well. Have a good one, you guys, and talk to you soon. Mwah!